Hello everyone, this is CSEC now, and you're speaking with Neo. So here I'll be going through this physical education paper section B here. Without due further said, before I do go ahead and proceed, make sure you do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Remember to turn on the post notifications, and just as a quick reminder, if you do see any ads on the video, please I'm asking you everyone to watch the ads just to show appreciation about the video that I make here on YouTube for educational purposes. Alright, to do further said, I'm just go through this paper real fast, this physical education paper. So here we're gonna have some slightly answer here on the section B paper, right? So this section contained 5 questions based on the topics in the core. Alright, so we're gonna answer all questions here, and the topic here we'd have history and development of physical education and sport. Alright, number 1, it says discuss 2 ways in which studying physical education contributes to the holistic development of an individual. Alright, so 2 ways is basically reduces stress and anxiety. Alright, so that is one of the ways, but you also, when you're explaining, you can also give just some example if you want to, but it says discuss, so we're just going to discuss. So if we're going to discuss on here, we're going to expand on it. So it reduces stress and anxiety, simple meaning, in the way of physical education in holistic development of an individual. When an individual basically participate in physical education, it also reduces stress, and it has a strong impact on their life for further life benefits. Alright, and another way, it also help the body to keep healthy and fit in terms of having a better health. Alright, and you can also expand on these 2 points, any points of your choice. Alright, the other one here, it says list 2 sport related careers. Alright, so for example, we're just gonna go very simple. If we're gonna go for a sport career, you can say you can even say the physical education teacher, as we could see there, and we could also have a physiologist doctor as well. And physiologist doctor would be a doctor that dealt with any sports holistic personnels. Alright, good. Alright, so fast. Alright, here it says each sport in the Caribbean is connected to a local, regional, and international governing body. Use the table below, name a sport, and state the governing body at each level. Alright, so first thing first, we can just go with anyone. So if we're gonna choose cricket, we're gonna use cricket. If you're gonna choose football, for example, we're gonna use football, but for this one I would choose netball. Alright, so name a sport, netball. And for the local, for netball here, we're gonna go for the governing bodies. So for the governing bodies for the local netball here, it would be Netball Jamaica. Alright, and for the regional, we would have Caribbean Netball Association, and for the international, we would have the World Netball. Alright, good. Alright, so here, this one is very easy, and this one we always ask this one in a slightly impact if we're gonna go in towards any sort of science. For example, we normally hear they also talk about anatomy and physiology. Alright, and in regards to anatomy and physiology, it would basically work on how, for example, we had the different formulated of execution skills, how the parts of your body works. Such parts like we'd have the humerus, you have the ulna, and so forth. Alright, so here, as we could see a diagram here, we had a girl here shooting a netball. Alright, good. So if you're gonna go ahead and to expand on this, it says figure 1, diagram showing a netball player shooting a ball. It says state 3 bones in the upper body used to execute the skills shown. Alright, so 3 bones here. I'm just going to use my mouse to navigate. Alright, so the humerus Here we're gonna have the humerus. So humerus here, ulna, and we have the radius. All right, cross here. So 3, the humerus, the ulna, and the radius. Good. And it says name 2 primary joints used in the execution of the skill. Alright, so good. Alright, so for the hinge joint, is here the hinge joint. We have the hinge joint and we have the synovial joint. Alright, so those are the 2 joints that used to execute the skill shown above, I could say. Alright, and we could normally expand on this if we would like to, but the hinge joint would use to execute the shot, and the synovial joint is on the hand that you would use to execute the shot into the netball. Alright, good. Number C. Here it says name 2 major muscles in the upper legs that allow the netball player to execute the skill shown above. So here it says in the leg, in the upper leg. So right here in the upper leg here, we'd have the hamstring and we'd have the quadriceps. Alright, quadriceps. Good. Alright, so here we're just gonna go, let me just go down here. So it says name the movement produced by each of the muscles named in C and I. Alright, so if we're just gonna go up right here, so the C high right here section for the hamstring, we're gonna explain each muscles produce the movements. So for hamstring we had flexion, and flexion simple meaning how flexible, and extension is would use for, so for quadriceps, we're just gonna go very easy. For quadriceps it would be the extension, stretching out your arm, the extension, and for flexion, how flexible. Alright, good. Here for the next one we had another topic here. We have fitness and performance. Good. And it says name 2 categories of fitness here. So we had 2 category of fitness here that basically you would see we could use health related fitness, and we could add skill related. Alright, so those are the 2. And if you had any other questions, just please let me know in the comment section below on the video if there's any other concerns on any of these answers that was provided here on the screen. Alright, good. So let's go further now. So we says state 1 components of fitness from each category of fitness, naming A and I, that an athletic in a 100-meter race is most likely to display. Alright, so if we're just gonna go back on these 2 segment here that we choose, that would have been for health and skill related. So for health, we in a 100-meter race would have most likely to display endurance. So that would simply mean how long you can keep up within the race, how you can go ahead and to keep fit within the time frame. Alright, within the race there. And for skill related, we'd have how the reaction time, simple meaning how we react, how skillful, how we react to for time. Like for example, we are playing like I would say, well, most like a tennis. So if you playing a tennis, how quick your reaction time is, so agility. So we use this word agility. Alright, so how quick, how slow, or how fast. Alright, good. B, it says state 1 type of injury that a sprint athletic could sustain in a 100-meter race. And normally, if you're just gonna do a sprinting, normally we'd most likely to occur sprain. It will most likely occur sprain, or normally if it doesn't occur sprain most of the times, then you could either have other complications, but sprain is a most severe one that normally happen within a race. Trust me, sprain would be one of the major one, but you can choose other answer, but you know, sprain also always been a major one. Alright, here. Alright, so we're just going to describe the treatment produced for a sprain. Alright, so for a sprain now, this is how it goes. we're going to use this word we call rice. It's an abbreviation though, but it's rice, R-I-C-E, and each letter stands for a meaning. So for R, it simply means rest the injured area, and for I, we add ice on the ear, so we're going to apply the ice on the ear, and for C, we're going to compress to prevent the swelling, right? And for E, we're going to elevate to reduce the accumulation of blood flow. So that simple meaning we're going to elevate the leg so we don't have, for example, any blood clot. Alright, so just to have the blood flow to prevent any accumulation of blood clot there. Alright, good. Alright, so we had another topic here. It would be health and nutrition. Good. So here, number 4, it says Donna is a gymnastic who has a competition in 2 weeks. Her coach tells her that she should lose 10 pounds before the start of the competition, right? So it says instead of following the structured diet plan, Donna described to starve herself and force herself to throw up whenever she eat. Whoa. So we go ahead and says for A here, it says define the term balanced diet. Alright, so if we're gonna say this word balanced diet, put these two words together, balance and diet together, what it actually means. So for example, to have a balanced diet, it refers to the amount of nutrients the body would need, for example, but it also refers to the amount of nutrients the body would need, but it also refers to how you're gonna prepare your meal. Simple meaning, you're gonna select food from different food groups to have the body to have a balanced diet. So we don't want to take in too much calories, for example, or we don't want to take in too much carbohydrates, or we don't want to take in too much fats also. So you're just gonna need it's basically the amount of healthy nutrition values your body would need. Alright, so for example, we had like minerals, vitamin, and protein. So we're gonna choose the food from different food groups to have an healthy diet, for example. So balanced diet would also refer to the amount of nutrients body would needed, such as minerals, vitamins, and protein that the body would needed. Alright, so that is a simpler term for balanced diet. Good. So for B here, it says name 2 eating disorder which may result from Donna action. Alright, so here for the one that says she eating, and she will also decided force herself to throw up whenever she eat. So that one would be anorexia, bulimia, and then we had bulimia. Bulimia also refers to, you know, having, it's most like an eating disorder. So if we're gonna put in a simpler way now, for example, for the anorexia, you know, most persons they had some different eating disorder. Most of the times when they actually eat, is like they can't keep food. So if they eat this moment, then eventually you would have them vomiting and can't have any good lifestyle impact. So that would be for the example of anorexia. But for bulimia now, it's also an eating disorder that also, I would say, it's often secrete bound to overheat by also inducing vomiting and strictly diet. But most of the times, what really happen, if you doesn't, it impact on your health. So if you have anorexia, it mostly impact on your health. But for the anorexia, it's also an eating disorder that also allow you to lose weight also. Alright, good. So we're just gonna move along. I was just trying to expand on these two, one here for anorexia and bulimia. Alright, good. So it says describe one of the eating disorder here, and we had for bulimia. So bulimia refers to eating a large amount of food and binge. So eating a large amount of food and then vomit. I would use it, but for the simpler word for vomit, you could just use bench, alright? And bench. Alright, good. We're gonna move along here. So for C, good. Alright, so it says name 2 nutrients that Donna may have consumed in excess that caused her to gain weight. Alright, so you know, if we're, as I mentioned before, if we're eating a lot of carbohydrate, such as any amount of storage, you know, that would also excess, that would cause her to gain weight. And if you eat a lot of protein also, it would help to contribute weight. Alright, so C high, we're just going here. It says state one function of any nutrients in C high. So any one of here, we could either choose for carbohydrate. So we're just going to go with carbohydrate. So for carbohydrate, it's give the body energy and for the muscle to work properly. And remember, when you see answers like this on the paper too, normally if you actually see, it shows that for 3 marks or for 2 marks, also explain, but also give at least one example, alright, to get the extra mark. Because you just don't want to have it to explain, like for example, explain that carbohydrate only give the body energy for muscle to work and that's it. No, we're just going to give an example to get the full mark. So example, energy for the muscle to perform on a daily basis. Alright, good. So that would have give you the 3 marks here. Good. So we're gonna go on the next topic. So we had trends and social issues. Here it says outline 2 ways in which spectators may influence an athletics sporting performance. Good. So 2 ways which a spectator may influence the athletic performance. So if we had spectators viewing, it would build the team spirit motivation. Alright, and for it to build the team spirit motivation, it's most likely to achieve their personal best. So it would be then all the athletic would also achieve their personal best, and it also boosts their emotion and reaction that will lead to athletics delivering a better result. So if we know we had a lot of spectators watching us, we know that we had the motivation. We'd also had the you know, the team spirit to also boost the athletic reaction and for them to deliver a better performance. Alright, good. So B here, it says performance enhancing drugs are banned in sports, and it says state 3 effects of these types of drugs on the body. Alright, so state 3 effects of these type of drugs. Alright, good. So we're just gonna say, for example, it says performance enhancing drugs are banned. So this is how drugs go ahead if we normally find athletics using drugs. Normally it would also affect their performance, and you know, using drugs in any athletics entities is simple called cheating. Alright, so that is the whole reason why they also normally banned athletics from not using drugs. So if you use drugs within football, or it doesn't really matter, any of these athletics events that you're using drugs, it's called cheating. So let's go back to the question here. It says 3 effects of these types of drugs, and the effects would be affect their performance, and it slow down their body, and it could also bring damage to their organs as well. And simple meaning, it also affect the heart, and it also causes their heart to beat rapidly fast. Alright, so that would be the, I would say, the disadvantage of it, of the using drugs. That would be the side effect. Alright, and it's very dangerous. Good. C, it says identify 2 ways in which information technology is used in sports. So how information technology is used in sports on today society, we could also see that technology also used to store data for statistics. Simple meaning, we see the amount of information are being presented, and it also used to upload pictures for fans to view. So for example, we had a football match, we'd use the information, I would say that information technology to use to show the amount of score. For example, if Brazil scored 2-0 or France scored 1-0, we use that the old information technology to show the different statistics, number, and also to upload the pictures to show even the celebration of how the match went. So that is how important technology has been in today's society, alright, in the today modern world. Good. Alright, and I think this would be the end of the paper B. I will be adding part 2 to this video. I just want to let me know if you had any concerns, any questions that need to be clarified, any explanation. Let me know in the comment section and I'll reach out to you. And I want to say thank you everyone for watching, and also remember to watch the ads, everyone, and safe preparing on this one for your exams coming up in June to May 2024. Alright, so while you guys prepared, I want to say thank you for watching the videos, and it's been my pleasure to making videos, so because education is the key to success, and I want everyone to use this as a motivation. Alright, so today is what you lose doesn't determine what you will gain tomorrow. Simple mean put in the work and you shall see success. Alright, so everyone that's preparing for your exams, if you're like revising now at the moment or you're studying, I want to say thank you all for your time to watch the video, and do have yourself a wonderful one, and thank you guys for watching, and thank you for making it with CSEC now.